Imagine accidentally throwing away a few $100 million. Sounds impossible, right? But this actually happened. In 2009, a Norwegian student named Christopher Koch bought 5,000 bitcoins for just 25 bucks and then completely forgot about them. 4 years later, that $25 was worth over $800,000. Meanwhile, thousands of miles away, another man, James Howells, realized he had thrown out an old hard drive containing 7,500 bitcoins he mined years earlier. That hard drive is still sitting somewhere in a landfill, and today those coins are worth hundreds of millions. These sudden fortunes and heartbreaking losses all trace back to one historic moment. September 2008, New York City. Employees walk out of Lehman Brothers carrying boxes. The deepest economic crisis since the Great Depression has just begun. It was triggered by banks handing out risky loans, bundling them into financial products, and making billions off speculation. When the system collapsed, the same banks were labeled too big to fail and got bailed out by the government. The money came from taxpayers or was simply printed, draining value from ordinary people's savings. At that moment, a mysterious figure named Satoshi Nakamoto asked a crucial question. Can we create money that doesn't depend on banks or governments at all? In 2008, he published a document describing Bitcoin. And on January 3, 2009, he created the first block of the blockchain. There were no transactions inside it, just one message, the headline about the bank bailout. It was a manifesto. The secret of Bitcoin is the blockchain. Think of it as a public ledger that records every transaction. But instead of being stored in a bank, it's duplicated across thousands of computers. Data is grouped into blocks, each linked to the previous one through long cryptographic codes, or hashes. If someone tries to change one tiny detail, the whole chain breaks, and thousands of other users will immediately detect the fraud. Falsifying it is practically impossible. To add a new block, participants, miners, solve complex calculations. Their reward is newly created Bitcoin. At first, Bitcoin was worth less than a penny, but in 2010, something wild happened. A programmer offered 10,000 Bitcoins to anyone who would order him 2 pizzas. Back then, that was around $40. Nobody knew those pizzas would one day be worth over $100 million. People believed in Bitcoin because it gave them full control over their money and couldn't be inflated. Its supply was capped at 21 million coins. That's why it became known as digital gold. But Bitcoin had a problem. It was slow, around 7 transactions per second. Then Vitalik Buterin appeared with Ethereum. In 2015, he introduced smart contracts. Imagine buying a house without a bank or notary acting as a middleman. The system itself checks the terms of the deal and sends the money when conditions are met. Fast, cheap, secure. Ethereum became the programming language of the crypto world. But the ease of creating new tokens unleashed chaos. The ICO boom, where startups printed their own coins and promised insane returns. Most were empty hype, feeding on greed. The same thing happened with NFTs. Digital ownership tokens. People were paying tens of thousands for pictures of bored apes until the market crashed 97%, just like the tulip mania of the 1600s. Despite the speculation, blockchain remains a breakthrough technology. But most governments still refuse to recognize crypto as official money, treating it as an investment asset